Hello everyone, what's up? It's me again, Youngmaster3, and finally I'm back with a new video after like 3 or 4 weeks. I'm not really sure how long it's been taking right now, but probably like 3 weeks or so. Um, so the reasoning why for that is just because of the surgery that I think I told you about in the previous video. Now the problem was that I was like sent to the hospital because of this, like I was scheduled for this surgery, and of course I got complications. So I got internal bleedings and stuff like that, and things just wouldn't go wrong. And whenever I tried to eat something, I was just like vomiting it all up again. So I had pretty much no energy at all. I could barely walk and could barely breathe. So there are lots of problems with that. And I mean, as it is right now, I'm back at home and I have this ugly looking bag on my belly, but that's what I'll have to deal with for the next year or so, I believe. But yeah, that's really the reasoning as to why I've not made any videos lately, because I've had not really have that much energy to begin with. Not that I had too much energy before that either, but I mean I've just been so extremely tired and frustrated with the whole situation. So that's the reason why I've been gone for quite a while. So I just wanted to put that right out there before we continue with this particular video. So you could say this was sort of like a weird health update, if you will. So yeah, whatever. So I just wanted to make sure you know about that, because I mean it's much better that I told you about it instead of me not telling you. So yeah, but anyway, enough about that. Let's continue what we're here for. We're here for the top five of the month for the month of August, and of course, now I'm completely lost track here. I'm not really sure why, but I mean, yeah, let's begin with number five. And at number five, we have a film called In a Glass Cage, which is a film which is very hard to describe. It's a very messed up type of film. Not so much because I mean it's not overly like violent or gory like at all in my personal opinion, but it's just the whole psychological type of deal to this one that just really breaks you down. So if you want to watch like a really like messed up, depressing film, if you will, you go check this one out. So yeah, In a Glass Cage at number five. And then we have a film by Mario Bava, which I unfortunately had not seen before. I've not seen too many of Mario Bava's films. I think I've only seen 3 or 4 of his films, so I have lots of other films to go through. The first one I watched, I remember being A Bay of Blood, which I thought was really strange and really weird, but it was still pretty fun. But this one is the film, I think this is one of his most known films, but Black Sunday, the witch film, if you will, with Barbara Steele. Great black and white film, really atmospheric and really great acting and really like an interesting storyline as well, and great looking sets as well. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it, but yeah, Black Sunday at number four. Now at number three, you have something completely different, and it's the film called My Girl from 1991 with Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin is not really the main character in the film. He's more like a side character, but he still has a very important role in the film in general. So but this one also has Dan Aykroyd in it, and he plays like the dad of this little girl who's like pretty much like the main character of the film. So yeah, I mean, pretty darn great like coming of age type of film, because I think it takes place in, was it like the 60s or 70s? I'm not really sure, but I think it's supposed to take place like it doesn't say here on IMDb, but I believe it's supposed to take place like back in time, whatever. So but really great coming of age film, really charming, really cute, really great film. Like in general, don't really know what else to say. Great acting as well, in like usual with when it comes to all of these films that I mentioned in the top five of the month. So, yeah, number three, My Girl. And at number two, we have a sort of like a crime action type film, maybe not action film, more of a crime drama film called Ransom from 1996 with Mel Gibson. And this one, I believe, got a whole lot of controversy around this one when this was released, because I do believe there was a similar case that happened in real life when this was around when this was scheduled to be released. So I do believe it got released a little bit later than it was supposed to be released. That's maybe just like a real rumor, but I'm sort of like into these true crime type of stories in general, and that's what I've heard. So if I'm completely wrong about that, maybe just correct me on that one. So yeah. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I think this is a film you don't really you shouldn't really read up too much about this film before watching it. It's one of those films, if you will. So yeah, Ransom at number two. And number one is a film which, this is once again a film that I've been wanting to see for such a long time, and this is I can honestly say this is a like a 10 out of 10 for me for this one. So, and it is the film called Johnny Got His Gun from 1971. The war crime, not war crime, but the crime slash war film or drama film, whatever you want to call it. It's not so much about the war itself. It's more about this poor guy that gets like all of his like his legs, arms, and everything just blown to pieces. Basically, and it's just like inside of this like hospital facility where he can barely like do anything at all. That in itself doesn't sound very interesting, but just the way that it's made and the acting and the monologue from this particular person is just really fascinating and really cool. And yeah, such an amazing film. I mean, if I have anything to, I mean, I think this is almost nearly a perfect film. The only reasoning, I mean, I still gave it a 10 out of 10. Don't get me wrong. I think still think this is a masterpiece. But one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit was that it felt like it had too many like Jesus references. I mean, it felt like they kept like referring to like this like Christian type theme to it a little bit over and over again. That was a little bit irritating. But other than that, I think this is a really amazing film. So yeah, Johnny Got His Gun on number 1. So yeah, there you have it. That's the top 5 of the month for the month of August. I know I've been delayed with this video, like I said, but I have my reasons why, like I told you before in the beginning of the video. So I'm not really sure how often I'll upload videos these days because I have next to no energy at all. I mean, I'm constantly tired and just drenched with energy. I mean, I have no energy at all, almost, so like that. So just to keep just so you don't anticipate that I'm gonna like release so many videos after a while, like in a row. So it might be a video once a week, maybe. I'm not gonna like promise that, so we'll see what happens. But next video is probably going to be another update video, and for October I'm gonna try to upload at least 2 horror review videos. But we'll see how that happens, or like how that turns out to be, because every time I seem to say that I always like have no energy to that at all. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, now I'm just keep mumbling, so I think I used to really need to end this video right now. But hope you enjoy this particular video, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.